Hey everybody, an all-new edition of Craft Root Sports starting up here in just a minute. This week we're just going to do our own thing for rating scales because I am dumb and I forgot to think of one again this week. So Scott, what are you drinking and rate it however you want?
Well, I should probably drink before I rate it.
What do you got in that mug?
I am drinking Das What's Up from Hill Brewing Company out of the Bronx in New York. It's a IPA, New England style, 7.5 ABV, 3.78 caps on Untapped, and I gotta say, this is starting off pretty solid. Little sour, but overall I like it. Like, tastes a lot like grapefruit. I didn't look what was in this beer, so I'm just kind of guessing, but there's a heavy taste of grapefruit, and I like it to start off, so we'll see how it holds up.
All right, fantastic. Drew, what do you got in your mug?
I'm going with Impressive Dexterity. It is an India Pale Lager brewed with Citra and Vic's Secret from Divine Barrel Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Oddly enough, I've been doing a lot of stuff out of North Carolina lately in the IPA realm. It's super impressed. It's super delicious. So I'm looking forward to this one. Although I got to be honest, and this is why I think it's really good we stick to sports on the show. I don't really know what an India Pale Lager is other than an IPA for...
Yep, pretty much. That's
dudes?
it. It's extra hoppy lager. That's essentially what it is. So you're good.
I'll be all right. On first sip, tasty, delicious, good. What was the rating scale again?
Whatever you want it to be, man.
All right. Okay. So we'll say 6.
Okay, good. Out of 5. Fantastic. This week...
No, just 6.
This week...
6 out of 100.
No, just 6.
This week, I am drinking Strawberry Lemon Bar Sour. This one comes from Loveland Aleworks in Loveland, Colorado. It's an 8.1% ABV beer, and I gotta be honest, I picked this sour because I got a little toasty last night recording FU We Like the Bengals with Alex Schubert. So I was like, I need something simple to get me through the show tonight, and then afterwards realized it's 8%. So your boy's in for a rough night, everybody. Lots of strawberry puree in this one, lactose, vanilla, solid out of the gate. So I'm gonna do this one on the Joe scale, and I'm gonna say it's good. All new edition of Craft Root Sports starting up in just a second. Let us know what you're drinking. Comment below, rate it on whatever scale you want. Let's get this show going. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Craft Root Sports. It's Wednesday night. This is where we get drunk and kind of talk about sports. If you're looking for a show that's got in-depth analysis, stats, breakdowns of what you've seen, this is the wrong place to be. This is Craft Root Sports, where we get drunk and make fun of each other and talk smack. I am your host, Mike. As always, with me is my main man, Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Excellent. Did you have a good weekend, like filled with PlayStation 5s?
Let's save it for the show.
Okay, we'll save it for the show. Also with us, as always, is our main man, Mookie. Mookie, how you feeling, bud?
Well, first I was going to tell you two to stick to sports. Then I'm watching our comment thread and see the Restream.io auto post that says the chat is ready to display messages. So thanks for that, Restream. Awesome. Appreciate it very much.
Yes, thank you, Restream, for letting us know. Mookie, it's good to see you, man. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. Scott is going to do that hockey, everybody's favorite segment on the show. Do that hockey. We are also going to bring back an old favorite, one that we haven't done in a long time. The greatest drop in Craft Root Sports history. That's right, everybody. Motherfucker of the Week is happening tonight. It's been a long time. I can't wait to get into that one. We're also going to get into our picks. I'm giving the fellas a chance to catch up this week. We're going crazy on our picks. Everybody's getting 3 games. It's Scott's chance to climb out of the basement, make this a real thing, a real contest.
The basement of this asterisk season.
Hey, did I win this week, Mike?
No, you
asterisk
lost.
Season.
It is not an asterisk season.
Did I win last week? I mean, to be fair, I just found out I lost earlier this afternoon. So
I hate you both so much. Like, I
Did
can't.
you think I was gonna watch Bama LSU?
I can't even begin to tell you. You missed a funny one if you didn't watch Bam LSU. We'll talk Ed Ogeron here in a second in On Deck. Before we get to On Deck, though, let's give a shout out to our friends at Beer Drop. Listen, everybody, if you want award-winning craft beer delivered directly to your door for under $4 a serving, our friends at Beer Drop can hook you up. All you got to do is go to the website, fill out your flavor profile, sign up for one of their monthly plans, and they will curate a box of fresh, award-winning craft beer that will be delivered right to your door. You can swap out beers, add more, or even skip a month. And if you don't like commitment, you can still go and order delicious beers to be delivered right to you. Just go to craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop for $5 flat shipping. That's craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. All right, Mookie, we are going to lead things off with you. You are on deck, and we got tons of comments to get to. Mookie, you're up.
Loosen up for this one, because Ed Orgeron's about to get a piece, man. That dickhead. I swear to God. Quick update before I go off the chain here on him. USA Soccer is now 5-0 over El Salvador. I believe it was all of 15 minutes ago. They were up 2-0. So for all you soccer fans out there, there's your latest on the U.S. men's national team progress. But let's get into what we're all here about, and that's sticking to sports. And we want to talk about playing the long game here. Well, LSU ain't about that, because they announced all of like 40 minutes ago that due to some compliance issues that they have, they're going to take the high road. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They're self-imposing sanctions on their program, their football program, because of improprieties incurred under Ed Orgeron's, well, I would say leadership, but I don't know if that's truly what that dude's doing down there. Honestly, I think the guy just shows up, says a bunch of stuff in, Cajun accent that no one can actually understand, and then the real coaches and players go and win football games. But they announced a bowl ban for 1 year. Which year do you guys think that would be?
I mean, it's got to be next year, right? It's got to be next year.
Right, exactly. You would think so, because that's how a normal school would do it if they're really trying to punish themselves for not playing by the rules. But no, these little cocksuckers banning themselves from bowl games when they are 3-5 this year. So the 2020-2021 season, they will not be allowed to play in a bowl game. And what's really infuriating about it is it just insults the legitimacy of everything that is good and holy in college football, because even in a COVID season, this LSU Tigers team is so bad they wouldn't make a bowl. Like, I can't believe this is such a cheap shot.
Hang on, they would make a bowl because they've already said anybody can make a bowl this year.
Oh, no, they'll be eligible, but ain't no one taking their ass, because they're like, the last thing we need is a bunch of LSU Tigers fans down here spreading the COVID around and not actually giving anything back to the city, because for as much money as they bring in, they take back when the city has to replace street signs, glass windows on May Street, all kinds of stuff. They have to pay money to put all those people in the drunk tank. Like, there is no net gain there for a city for a 3-5 LSU football team showing up for a worthless bowl in 2020. But again, to try to get ahead of this shit NCAA sanctioning body, they said, you know what, because of what we've done, we're going to go ahead and ban ourselves from bowl season play for 1 year. And that's right, Mike. What is the name of that? What was the official name for it? I forgot. Didn't they just rebrand that? I want to stay on brand here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, the correct name for bowl season this year is bowl season.
Ah, cool.
Thank you. Yep.
So for the 2020-2021 NCAA football bowl season, trademark, LSU will not be eligible to play to really show their program. This stuff is important. It matters to follow the NCAA's rules.
See, man, I wish they would have just done it tongue in cheek and would have been like, hey, we are officially banning ourselves from any bowl games played in 2021. That's right. We will not be playing in a single bowl game that takes place in 2021, and just leave it at that.
You know what, Scott? I would actually give them credit for that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I would have given
smart.
them, I would have given them props if they were just like, smiling at the presser when they announced it, and we're like, we've got ourselves a bowl ban, folks, and just like made fun of the whole banishment of bowls in general. Because whenever a school self-imposes anything, anything, it's always a joke. So they might as well lean into it.
Can I tell you guys how, like, first of all, that what a shamble that entire program is in right now. I don't know.
Oh my God,
like
it's a
Scott says he
disaster.
didn't watch the game. Drew, did you watch any of the Bama LSU game?
I meant to, and then I did something else.
So Ed
You watched
Ogeron,
that Notre Dame game?
sure. Ed Ogeron lost his mind on the sidelines.
Oh, I did see that.
He
I
threw
saw
down
that
his
clip.
headset. Like, it basically had to be restrained from going after Bo Pelini, and I want to see that fight. I want Big Ed versus Bo Pelini in the ring, 12 rounds. Also, can we talk about the fact that Joe Burrow is clearly the greatest player ever? If that dude was able to carry that team to a national title last year, he's gone and they're in complete disarray this year. Goes to the Bengals, looks pretty decent, and then he goes down, and now that entire team is in shambles. Joe Burrow is just the greatest football player that we have ever seen in our lives, guys.
Easily.
Hands down.
His impact is felt over the entire football sphere. There's probably high school and middle school football teams that are still reeling from losing him to, graduation.
Athens. Yeah, they haven't ever since he left Athens. They have done nothing since then. Good scoop, Drew. I like that one. Thank you for your contributions to On Deck this week.
Thank you for your service.
Matt Barr, by the way, saying that college football has zero legitimacy.
100% accurate.
I take offense to that. I feel like they have great legitimacy considering what they've done this year with the playoff selection. Like, they are just, moving Iowa State into contention over teams like Cincinnati. It's clearly exactly what they need to do.
None of that matters. If you're 5 and below, who cares? Only 4 teams play. Everything else is a thanks for trying out participation trophy. Also, your brother Vic here calling us out properly that we should be motherfuckers of the week for getting rid of this segment.
Well,
that's fair.
It's
That's a fair
back,
call out.
baby. It is coming back tonight. Stick around, Vic. Motherfucker of the week coming back. Scott, you are on deck, and I have a feeling I saw stories this week. I know where you're going with your story.
Yes. Because it's been a while, my friend, but I got MJ back in the news, baby. It's time to take a show trip down to Florida because Michael Jordan has built a golf course down there called the Grove 23.
Hang on real quick. Were you about to say Florida and then caught yourself?
No, I was not going to say Florida. I know better than that, man.
That's disappointing.
No. But it's in Hobe Sound, Florida.
Oh, sure.
Whatever Hobe Sound
That's a
is.
place.
I'm guessing MJ got a pretty good deal on the land. I don't know if you could get snatched up by an alligator there, get your hand bitten off, get you the Chubbs experience. But the experience that you can get is that Michael Jordan has spared at no expense when it comes to getting you food and booze on the course. My man has drones delivering food and booze while you are on the back or front nine. Doesn't matter where you are. And this shit is exclusive as fuck because only 100 members are allowed in the club so far, which I'm guessing like 99 of those are people that know Michael Jordan personally, and the other one is that dude that threw up the Michael Jordan in the dock that we made so well. So, I mean, I don't think we're getting anywhere near it, but we can like go down there and play putt-putt next to it or something and maybe watch the drones fly to the rich people.
Okay, so I got to be honest. Like, yeah, and you guys don't really golf a whole lot, but
I don't golf ever. Excuse you.
Have you ever golfed at all?
Does Top Golf count?
No.
Yes.
Like golf.
Then
Have you
no,
gone
I
to
have
a
never
course and
golfed.
played? Wow, that's
I've never
golf.
been on the course.
All
Totally
right.
counts.
So here's what we got to do. We got to take you golfing, Scott. Like, I want to see you on the course. We'll start off small. We'll go short holes. We'll get you some reps. and then-
Whoa.
Ooh, you know what we should do, Mike? Lunkin par 3.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Short
perfect.
holes. We'll go
Yeah.
short holes to start with. But anyways, as somebody who has golfed, I feel like a drone flying around with drinks could be a bit distracting. Like, granted, sometimes those cart girls were a little distracting too at like the high class.
A nice course.
Yeah, the high class courses when the cart girl would come around, you always duffed your shot because you were trying to show off. But a drone flying by, I feel like would really mess up the play. how is this okay? And is this, Scott, is this just like a temporary thing, or is this just what they do at the course?
As far as I know, this is what they do at the course, because this took years of planning and developing and everything just to get this course together and constructed. And they've got a 15,000 square foot clubhouse.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, they're like, my guess, you know what? I'll say though, it's temporary. Only until Elon comes up with something even better and creates a better mode of transportation that's baller and expensive, then MJ can be like, this is how we're getting people their food and booze now, and it's even more extravagant than a drone. So yeah, it's like, temporary.
Like a straight up robotic booze cart with no human on it. Like basically it's a vending machine on wheels with beer and food in it.
Yeah, until we get Rosie the robot delivering right out to your golf cart.
That's weird. I don't like being turned on by robots.
No, Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. There was nothing turning on about Rosie except for, the off and on switch. Jesus, dude. I like how you took it sexually.
Rosie, I was like, Rosie the robot did not click in my head at all about the Jetsons person. I was like, oh, you're making an allusion to the golf cart beer girl.
Oh, man.
Also, I got to bring it back to the comments here because, man, our listeners tonight are crushing it. So, Greg said, "Can MJ deliver Scott a PS5 by drone?" Just wondering.
Feels bad.
Damn.
And then
low blow.
And then Biscuit goes, "I really hope MJ doesn't let white people join." Wow. Like coming in hot, not even 20 minutes into the show here, folks. This is going to be great.
Republicans play golf too, though, so.
It's true, yeah. I like how the one video in the article you linked to, Scott, was Carolina Wozniacki, too. So, like, that's the caliber of people that are only allowed there. So, yeah, Mike, you're right. We have no shot.
Dude, there's no way. And, I mean, like, most of them are, like, professional golfers that are playing. Biscuit just said Rosie had a fat ass.
I just saw that, too. See, I'm off the hook. Thank you, Biscuit. Hey, Mike, why don't you stick to sports over there?
Yeah, I'll stick to sports. I got you guys. Let's bring it back to sports here and off of Rosie's fat ass. You guys heard about what's going on with James Harden? Have you guys been following this at all?
Yeah, he's got COVID and doesn't want to play in Houston.
Well, he doesn't want to play in Houston, and he may or may not have COVID. They're waiting on the test. So he was supposed to report to training camp and didn't show up, and the Rockets were expecting him to be there. He's been demanding a trade. Like, the dude doesn't want to play in Houston. He wants to leave the Rockets. There's likely some bad blood there after the trade that brought John Wall to Houston. So he's probably a little upset. He's in his feelings a little bit. So he decided rather than going to practice, he ended up just like going out and partying. And he went to a strip club. He ended up partying at a strip club. And why is Twitter blocked on my computer? What the hell happened there? Sorry. So he goes to the strip club and decides to party, misses practice, and then he has to quarantine and do COVID testing, and he's not allowed to rejoin until then. So anyways, that's not the story that I'm going with here. The story that I want to bring up is because of this situation, because Harden did that and caused this, scuffle inside of Houston. There was an adult website. Is My Girl is the name of this site. It's a premium platform for adult models to monetize their, quote, sexy content. Basically, like, it feels like this is a classy OnlyFans. Like, it's not just anybody can join Is My Girl. Anyways, they reached out to the NBA and issued a pitch, and they said they would like to formally extend an offer to the NBA to partner with the site to help keep players away from strip clubs and Instagram models. By interacting with some of the hottest models online, players can ensure that their needs will be satisfied while still complying with the strict COVID-19 protocols. And if you're like James Harden, a player known to succeed in cities with the best strip clubs, the player's performance may actually improve the more they use the site. Fantastic pitch from this company. I love the fact that they were like, hey, it works for Harden when he's Harden, so let's go ahead and join up this team.
Wow.
I tried to sneak that in.
How many days ago do you think he came up with that?
How many times did he say it in the mirror before the show? He's like, okay, gotta be cool. When he's Harden. All right, we got this.
Don't giggle too soon. You have to get the second one out first.
Like, you look at me. You look at me. Don't you dare throw your head back. Don't you dare throw your head back when you say this. We got this.
I love that Scott breaks the fourth wall, dead eye into the camera, just staring straight into my soul when he says it too.
guys,
Can we just clip that and make that a motivational video? Like it can just be a gift that plays on loop. I need no audio. That was just, I'm ready to roll, Scott. Let's do it.
Guys, can I be honest? When I found this story today, I thought of that joke, and that's the only reason why I wanted to use this story.
So we were 100% correct. All right, cool.
Absolutely.
You played it off well, though.
You did.
I'm so proud of myself for holding it in that whole time, because damn, I was like thinking in my head, don't laugh, don't laugh.
Yep.
All right, but
it was good. You nailed it.
however, do you think like this is a good idea? Like, do you think this is a solid plan for the NBA to take part in, of just being like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll offer our guys free subscriptions to this site so that they can just jerk off in their hotel room instead of going to strip clubs.
I just like the idea that this strip club knows, and I blame this on ESPN. Like, wasn't it ESPN who like did the graphic of like cities with strip clubs and where like how bad James Harden performs in cities with strip clubs?
It's the opposite. He does so well
good.
Yes, he does so well in
okay.
cities with strip clubs, with really good strip clubs. It was somebody on
I
Reddit
thought
found
he did
it out.
poorly because
No.
he was, swiping that credit card.
No.
Maybe that should have been our rating scale, is on the strip club scale.
On the strip, I mean, that could still be your scale. We're going with whatever scale you want tonight.
6.
6.
6.
Yeah, I like his original scale. We'll stick to 6.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, that's all we got for On Deck. Let me find the screen while I vamp slightly here, and we'll thank our friends over at Beer Drop. God, I just realized how awful we are with these transitions to Beer Drop. Like, we really got to plan this better, because it's always something that's like strippers or there's some type of sexual thing, and then we're
Why
like,
is that a bad thing? That's probably what would have our listeners paying the most attention.
This dude starts off the show by saying, hey, if you're into talking about sports, this isn't the show for you. And then we are chastising ourselves for talking about
No, I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't necessarily. Whatever. Fine. Go check out Beer Drop. craftbrewsports.com/beer-drop. $5 flat shipping. Go hit them up. All right.
You had it backwards. So James Harden performance declines in cities with
That's
higher
what
rates.
I
I thought it was
That's
better.
What I thought. Like,
I thought it was.
In cities with strip clubs, he performs like horribly.
No, I thought it was better, because that's why they used him in this pitch. That's why the company said in their pitch.
No. This kid, and I'll give him credit, he did legit statistics on this. James Harden's box score is at least 20% predictable based on the quality of a city strip club.
Yeah.
Okay, it's predictable. That doesn't mean bad.
No, it does, because his best
that was how he
performance
did
came in the
that.
city with the worst strip clubs, Toronto, and his performances were worse in cities with the best strip clubs, Miami.
Can we say Miami has the best strip clubs? Like, I feel like that's
I
going
thought it
out
was
on a
Atlanta.
limb.
I thought
I
we
was
had
going to say
decided that.
Atlanta. How's he doing in Atlanta?
Well, let me
Horribly.
see.
This is-
Between the
all my
wings,
work.
Yeah,
between
this-
the wings and the titties, he's done. He's got nothing for the court.
God, now I really want wings.
Grabbing some lemon pepper wings in one hand and titties in the other. He's like, I can't hold this ball. It's I'm gonna have one of those, 4 for 28 nights tomorrow.
He's just covered in
So-
glitter. He can't get a good grip.
The city strip club rating was determined by the average Google review rating for the first 10 strip clubs in each city based on the Google search city strip clubs, i.e. Detroit strip clubs. Yes, it did involve the kid making 30 searches for strip clubs on his work computer. So hope he's still employed.
I mean, all you got to do with that one is hit him with the for science.
Exactly.
This is math, baby.
Right? So yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm blaming the company for their pitch on this one, because they were the ones that cited James Harden and this study by saying he performed better. So don't JB's in the comments talking about how I misunderstood a story. No. I'm not taking the L on this one. This is the company and how they pitched it to the NBA. So I'm sorry. This is not my fault.
It's not on him, man. It's not his fault.
All right, Shaggy, what's the next? What are we on to?
Well, what are we doing next?
Oh, you
by
know
the
what
way,
we're doing
did you guys
next.
see how much beer Michael's drones can deliver? Like
No.
they're hauling almost a full 12er in those things.
That's
Suck
that's a
on
lot
that
of-
Bud Light video game machine with your 2 cold beers.
That's a lot of beers to carry in a drone.
That's what I'm saying. That's
a
solid,
pretty
man.
that's
I'm
a pretty
impressed.
heavy amount there. All right, let's move on to what everybody wants to see tonight. The return
Showstopper.
the return of one of our favorite
As
segments.
they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Time to do that hockey with our boy Scott, our resident NHL
back.
expert, the man. Scott, I just realized now that we've got these screens, I could put you in an ice rink when we do
You
that
should,
hockey.
because it's cold up in there.
I mean, can you just play that GIF on repeat behind him?
I probably could. I could just have that GIF playing nonstop, and then as he drinks his beer from his dugout mug and it disappears into the background.
Worth it.
All right, Scott, hit us with the news around the NHL, because there's been a lot that's been happening, right?
So much going on.
Yeah, we got a startup date, boys. We got a startup date. It's the day before my birthday. They're coming back January 13th to begin play 56-game season on deck. A little bit of scuttlebutt about when they're going to start training camps and whatnot, whether or not it's going to be like right at the beginning of January or, end of December here. But either way, we got a start date. We got an amount of games we're going to play. Let's get this thing going.
Do you think that's enough games, Scott? As an NHL fan, do you think that waters down the season and doesn't count as like a true season with only 52 games?
No, because I think that that's a very generous amount of games. Like, the NBA and the NFL, or the NBA and the NHL rather, have it correct with the amount of games they play. I mean, 80 is a nice, 81, 82. They're both right in that range. That's a good number. But I mean, if you can clip some of those off of there, maybe just ditch some of the matchups that don't really matter and scale things back a little. I think that's like the perfect amount of games, actually, somewhere in that 50 to 60 range. So
I was gonna say
56 games sounds right.
I would say 64. That feels good. But you're absolutely right.
Right.
You don't
I
need a
mean,
full 80 here.
You really don't. And so, like, as long as they were within that, margin, like, I thought that was a pretty solid number to be able to determine like who the best teams are and who's worthy of making the playoffs.
So, Scott, heading into this season here, we've got an expansion team joining for the first time since the Vegas Knights made
Release
their
the Kraken.
Yes, sir. Very excited for the Kraken, man.
Hell yes.
I'm loving
the
this
official
stuff so
team
far.
of the show.
Hell yeah, it is.
For you two, maybe.
No,
But
I
anyways,
mean, Colorado's always near and dear to my heart. But,
that's not. Why were you talking about those fools? Anyways, what I wanted to ask you is, do you think that the Kraken will be able to replicate the Golden Knights' rookie success, if you will, or do you think that the pandemic is going to put them so far behind the 8 ball that it's going to take some time for them to get up to speed in general?
I mean, it is not an ideal situation if you're an expansion team coming in. I could only imagine. Now, that's the funny part. We say, 50, 60 games, that's the perfect amount of games. But imagine you're Seattle and you're all geared up and everything's heading towards the season. And you're like, damn, our first year where you want to just have like all the games, they're like, yeah, we're going to cut back on games. And oh, by the way, it's going to be some bastardized training camp. And we're still not going to have fans. So you guys can't even come to the games for the inaugural season. Like, that's a rough way to come into a league with, all types of differences from what a usual season would entail.
Puts them a little behind the 8 ball. Let me ask you this, Scott. We saw some issues, and part of the reason why we were even able to have the NHL season finish last year was because they went to the bubbles in Canada. We've got in the NBA, Toronto is looking at relocating to Tampa Bay because of the travel restrictions and the issues that they have there. How are we going to see Canadian teams integrate into the NHL this season?
How are we going to see what?
How are we going to see Canadian teams playing in the NHL? Like, the travel is one that requires so much,
well, that they still haven't. I don't know that they've 100% ironed that out yet. Like, they still got to figure out where these Canadian teams are playing because Canada, they got actual restrictions up there, and they have leadership that cares about keeping people safe and protecting from COVID. So if that isn't ironed out, they're gonna have to reconfigure things to make sure that the Canadian teams, much like the Raptors, are playing down in where are they playing in Florida? Is that what they announced?
That's what I just said, was that they'll be in Tampa Bay. Mentioned
cool.
that. You dick.
So speaking of Tampa Bay, I'll save you here, Scott. Did you see what what's his name? Cooper said, their head coach said about being with the Stanley Cup, and as much as I hate them, I think this might have redeemed him in my eyes. Did you see what he said in a recent interview?
I did not. I missed that one. What did he say?
Yeah, well, no one should be listening to John Cooper anyways because he's a dick. But he did say that the feeling was like being Mick Jagger.
Being Mick Jagger?
What are your thoughts on that comment from the Stanley Cup winning head coach?
That's like such a white thing to say. Like, what does that even mean? It feels like being Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger when? In his heyday? Like what?
Here, I'll read you the quote too. He says, honestly, I can't explain the feeling. Well, what's it like? I was like, nobody really wants to see John Cooper really cares. But as soon as you're with the Stanley Cup, it's like walking in with parentheses, because apparently hockey fans don't know who Mick Jagger is. So they had to clarify in the article, the Rolling Stones lead singer, Mick Jagger. It's such a remarkable trophy.
That's really weird. Like of all the things he could have said, that's
then
really
he followed it up.
thing.
They were like, so how does it feel to win the cup? And he said,
Good. Feel real good.
Yes! That's so great because as soon as Mookie started the quote, my first thought was, man, he needs to take lessons from our boy here. When somebody asks you how to describe something and you say you can't, you just follow it up with the good, real
Feel
good.
real good.
Feel
At
real
least
good.
get to the Mick Jagger part sooner.
Yeah, I mean that's just some seriously, that's some OWG shit right there. Because I don't think anybody now would be like, yeah, man, it's like rolling with Mick Jagger. People would look at you like, what?
By the way, Scott, JB is saving you in the comments. He pointed out they are looking at an all Canada division, and that's what I was trying to lead you to.
Because they've also been talking about realignment, and that was part of it, was doing an all Canada division. But see, I didn't understand that meant that they were all, that they were going to keep them all in Canada for that. I thought that it meant that it was just going to be an all Canadian division just for
It feels
realignment.
like they have to, just based on quarantine rules and stuff like that, like traveling into Canada. Like you have to quarantine for 2 weeks as soon as you come into Canada. So like if a team comes to play, they're now stuck in Canada for 2 weeks. And I guess you could figure out a schedule where they play, in Canada over those 2 weeks and then come back home. But I just feel like it's just going to be too much. Like they're going to have to just have Canada play Canada.
Yeah, I mean, and that'll get weird for Canadians, but then again, they don't care. I mean, they'll battle it out up there and be like, we should just do North America. We should just do United States versus Canada, and then make that the cup. Like whoever comes out of that one division versus all of the U.S. teams, whichever one comes out of that, like so the United States has to do this giant Royal Rumble, and then 5-6 Canadian teams just duke it out.
It's basically Canada's best way to get a chance at the cup. They're like, listen, this is the only way we can do it, is if we
make sure that one team is from Canada for sure.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Scott, you had it right there. Like, let's be honest, America is North America, and Canada can kind of just, it sits outside. But
and that's why I made that mistake there, because I'm like, oh wait, that's right, they are also on the same continent, but you forget.
But again, we should really stick to sports here. And Tyson asks a really good question, like you were saying, with the Canadian division versus others. And he wants to know what you feel about a lot of the NHL's young, exciting players being stuck up in Canada. Connor McDavid, that Dick Austin Matthews, Elias Pettersson are all going to be stuck up in Canada. How do you feel that bodes for the game?
What? Is Mookie going through a tunnel again?
I heard him.
Okay. You cut out. You said,
yeah.
Well, you said that, how do I feel about them being all up there? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the gist of it is.
I mean, who gives a shit? We've still got TV, so if I really want to see those young, exciting players, we can still see them. It's not like they're blacked out and it'd be like, well, we got to read the newspaper the next day to see how these, younger guys on the Canadian teams played. So I mean, it's fine. It's no big deal.
In all seriousness, Scott, how many of those games are you going to seek out and watch?
All of them. I mean, I'm like, can I buy the NHL package that only shows the Canadian games?
I do. I will say the games that I do like to watch, that I really enjoy watching, is like the Winter
Outdoor
Classic.
hockey.
Yeah, it's Winter Classic. Like that's the way to go. But we're not going to get one this year, right? Because if they're looking at January 12th as the start date, we're going to miss the Winter Classic on New Year's Day. but they are exploring outdoor hockey options throughout the season, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work. And they're saying there's a lot of logistics that they, might not be able to pull off with the whole outdoor thing. But for me, I'm like, well, if you're not going to have fans anyway, why the hell not just play them all outdoors? Shit. Just find a pond. Like, seriously, just go to a local pond in each city. Oh, wait, that's right. Because some of those cities have no business having hockey teams and couldn't have a frozen pond. That's right. It'll support my stance that no hockey team should be in warm weather cities.
I did see an article that said that the Kings were looking at potential outdoor hockey options. I was like, what? How is that
going to work? Yeah. Unless they're doing like old school, what is it, Mighty Ducks D2, where they play on roller skates with all the kids?
Yes.
They go blade hockey. That's the only way that shit works in Sacramento.
JB wants to know how I feel about teams playing solely outdoors, and I am all the way here for it. Why the hell not?
Because the best part is when a dude gets checked over the boards and just is planted into this snowbank. That would be
and then has to get back up and find his way back into the rink. Yeah, seriously. And again, with no fans, I mean, now what better time to just do something wild like that?
Well, but this is the reason why they're looking at outdoor hockey is because they think they might have a better shot of allowing fans to come to the games if it's outdoors, because you do have places that allow you to have fans in an outdoor setting. NFL is allowed to have fans in the stands in some places. So it seems like, oh yeah, we're trying to be fun and have outdoor hockey. But in reality, it's like, no, we just need to try to make some money on this. Like, we got to sell tickets and it ain't going to work if we're trying to do it indoors. So fuck it. Let's go outside, I guess. Like, everybody bundle up, except if you're in LA, then have fun swimming in the rink, I guess.
And yes, JB, we know that the Kings did have a game outdoors once upon a time, but like they couldn't have every single game because I think if they're starting in the middle of January was the start date, there ain't no way in hell they're going to do a 50-something game season out in LA with this global climate change bullshit on top of I mean, they'll probably get a forest fire in LA. Ain't no way they're going to keep a hockey rink cold. Get out of here. So I don't know if this is going to hit too close to home with some of the other topics. I got a couple other things to cover here. We could stick to sports, or we could go with something that all our gamer friends are going to enjoy.
You make the call, Mook.
Cool.
Go for it.
Are we still doing that?
Oh, we're still.
Yeah, we're doing hockey.
Doing that.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure my shine wasn't over. Let's go.
I'm staying on topic here. No, we are here to help you shine, my friend. So I could ask you about Matt Zuccarello being out for the start of the Wild training camp, but really, what
that's
I
rough.
want to know. I'd like to hear your take on it if you have an opinion. I don't want to cut you off.
I mean, it just sucks when you're not at full strength and the season hasn't even started yet. That's not a good way to go into any season. So I would think that the Wild are, already worked, and it's a shortened season too. So there's little margin for error when you're taking guys out before they even hit the ice.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Now, I know we have an outstanding tete-a-tete via NBA Jam that we still need to settle. But as you suffer through your current gaming situation, I want to open up my home to you, Scott, and let you know I'm down to host an NHL 94 Rewind matchup this season if you want to get in on that.
Whoa.
Did you hear about the NHL 21 feature they released?
I did not. Did they include a throwback to NHL 94 on that?
They did. So NHL 21 is coming out with a built-in NHL 94 Rewind edition.
Dude, why is that? I've never understood, because I mean, it definitely is. Why is that game like one of the best hockey games ever created?
It's because
I remember playing that game so much.
It's because it was so easy to start a fight. Like, you were able to get fights easily in that game, and you had the 8-bit blood. That's why that game was so good. That was it. Like, to be able to split a guy's head open on the ice or fight
was that the one
at the drop of the hat.
That was featured in Swingers? That's what they were playing in Swingers.
I believe that was. Yeah, I believe it was 94.
Yeah.
When they split open Wayne Gretzky's head, which they said took them forever to get that scene right, because they were like, I could do that. Was it Vince Vaughn that said he could do it in that movie? Anyways, he was like, I could do it every time, and then could not get it when they were filming, and it took them for fucking ever to get that scene right.
I'm so excited for this news, guys. Like,
that's really baller.
it's current rosters, and I'll make sure we get it out of the show account. But Over Chicken actually tweeted out his excitement at the news to help it hype it up, saying he played as a kid. He's so excited for it. And then the video on the tweet actually then has him pan across with his 8-bit self, busted like gap in his front teeth and all. And oh my God, I got goosebumps. I cannot wait.
Is it bad that it took me like a solid 4 to 5 seconds to figure out who you meant when you said Over Chicken?
Oh,
like I
sorry.
legit
In the Wyborski household, he is known as Over Chicken because when Jen and I were watching hockey earlier in our
Scott's
relationship,
face.
she saw him in a game and just kind of saw his nameplate during a play, and she goes, "Why is that guy's name Over Chicken?"
Scott's
They knew
face
she was
through
the one
that
for
was
me.
amazing. I had to switch to that view of Scott just staring blankly at the Zoom chat, trying to figure out what the fuck was happening with the Over Chicken. It was either that or you were watching Twitch streams. I don't know what was happening there, Scott.
Cannot confirm or deny. What are we talking about next? Actually, you want to really know what I was doing? I was Googling something about NHL 94 because I was trying to make sure that I was looking at something and I'm like, ooh, is that I want to make sure I didn't say something that happened in NHL 95 or 96 because like in that range is where I spent like all of my definitive hockey video game playing career. So I didn't want to mix any of it up.
I do also want to give a shout out to Ed Mayhall calling out Mutant League Hockey. Did you guys ever play that as a kid?
No.
Yes,
You remember
sir.
I've
Oh
never
my
played
God,
that one.
shit was amazing. Has anyone, if anyone knows where to get their hands on a copy of that game, whatever platform, because it's not on Steam, it's not in the game libraries, get at your boy because I need it in my life.
Is there no emulator you can download that has it? Like, there's no emulator of it anywhere?
Man, I have not found it at all. I've looked, not hard, but I've looked. Usually after like 6 beers, but you know,
So,
I can get almost anything
so
I want to get on
Tuesdays,
the interwebs.
you just wait
but-
until it's just a regular Tuesday for Drew.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the best part too. Is so I woke up Sunday, came into my office here, turned on my computer, and I saw I had 3 tabs open: Bovada, recent bets, and then Alabama, LSU, and whatever game I was picking because I was watching them the night before. And I looked at it and just like, oh fuck, I wonder if I won. Close. Didn't even look.
Son of a bitch. Scott, what else you got for us in that hockey world? Anything else?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm just excited for the guys to get back out there and start slinging some puck, man. It's been long enough, and I know we had that long break and then the comeback, but it'd be nice to have a season that hopefully doesn't get interrupted by anything crazy.
I'm very excited just that we are going to get some more do that hockey more often. That's what I'm most
Not
excited
only
about.
that, not only that, I can't wait to see these vintage jerseys out on the ice.
Oh,
in all-
yes.
in all their glory.
Did you see
Or
how
on
fast
NHL
those
21.
Right. Did you see how
They're in the game
fast they
too. They
sold
announced
out?
that this week.
Nice.
Dude, this game sounds baller as hell,
Dude,
man.
I know you're
NHL is
actually.
one
I'm
of-
not gonna lie. You're actually kind of selling this for
Dude,
me.
I know.
NHL is one of the best games on modern gen platforms.
I haven't
It's
played an
so
NHL
solid.
game in so long. I used to spend a ton of the last game. No lie, the last game that I owned, hockey game wise, was NHL 2K for Dreamcast.
Oh, dude, you
It has
okay.
been that long. But then I know for a little while there, they got really bad because of one of my buddies who played a lot. I want to say like around PlayStation 3 time, he said it started going downhill just a little bit.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, folks. We are gonna start a GoFundMe to buy Scott this game for his birthday. From now,
For what system? The one I don't have yet, or
well, see, that's the best part, Scott. At least on Xbox, if you buy it for like the current gen, you're grandfathered into the next gen.
oh yeah, everybody's doing that. So
Yeah.
I mean, then that's probably the
So,
same. Yeah.
so all our proceeds from our shop sales will go towards getting Scott a copy of NHL 21 for his birthday someday in January.
No, it won't. But you can go to the shop. We
What are
ain't
you
doing
shaking
that.
your head for?
We ain't giving the proceeds from the shop to Scott's
Dude, but you
video
don't fucking
game
say that
fund.
on air. They don't need to know. Come on, man.
Nah, he's right though. I wouldn't want the proceeds from anything we actually sell.
Has anyone ever? Oh my god. Bigger picture.
No,
here,
because that's how
boys.
you get sued, Drew. That's how you get sued for people being like, I was duped into thinking I was giving a charitable donation, and
No, it
instead,
wasn't a charitable donation. You bought a shirt.
yeah, but when you say the proceeds are going somewhere and then they don't go somewhere, that's fraud, dude. That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area. Look, man, trust me. I know a lot of bird law, okay? We got this.
Biscuit has a question for you, Scott. It gets a little political up in here, but I think it's okay. I think we can ask this one. Do you think that with the new administration and a vaccine starting up, travel restrictions could be changed and the NHL could have a semi-regular season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what all of these leagues are hoping for. I know especially baseball is, but Bettman kind of already alluded to that, saying that, you know, how the season begins is not how the season necessarily has to end, and that at the very least they're hoping to have packed houses, you know, with social distancing, of course, or whatever measures are put in place based on where the finals would be. You know, just having fans in the stands. So I definitely think, but by that time, Jesus Christ, we're all hoping that by that time that'll be a real thing. So that would be nice to see. But in the meantime, outdoor hockey, baby. Just, you know, just pick up game it. Just find a rink outdoors anywhere in the city, the host city, and go for it.
That would be amazing. And they shouldn't even have set teams. It should just be
real
two
life
captains.
NHL
exactly.
street.
Which, how come that's never been a game? Like, we had NBA Street, we had NFL Street.
They did have one of those versions. There was one that I played back in the day that was 3-on-3. It never took off, but it was made by Midway.
Now, wait a minute, Scott. You've said you've not played the modern NHLs. Do you know they have a 3v3 entire platform built into the game?
Yes, because they stole that from that 3-on-3 game. That was,
Well,
was
fair
trying to
enough.
emulate it. It'd be a jam. But yeah, I was aware of that. But again,
It's
I just
dope as
haven't
fuck.
played
Yeah,
one.
that's shit
I
solid.
will say the last time I picked up one of them, I thought it was extra complicated because it was like one stick controls like your hands and then the other controls a stick. And I'm like,
yeah.
doing a lot, man. Like, I just need one to move and then one to, you know, I need a button to shoot, and I hold it if I want to do a slap shot.
You can do that though. You can trigger the old
NHL
school
hits.
classic.
There it is,
Yeah.
JB. I did have NHL hits, so I guess that was the last officially NHL licensed video game that I ever owned. That was on PlayStation 3.
Good.
Scott-
I never actually had PS3 though.
Scott, I appreciate your expertise, man. Thank you for doing that hockey for us.
I look forward to more of this soon, my friends.
Yes, we will definitely do it more
As
often.
they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Well done, Scott. Always a pleasure when you do that hockey. Let's get into our next segment for the night. This is one that, people have just been clamoring for, and it's one that I'm super excited to bring back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Motherfucker of the Week. This was a segment we used to do a long time ago. We used to put up a poll every single week with two options, and you got to pick who you wanted to be the Motherfucker of the Week. We decided to do things a little bit differently. We're going to nominate a few motherfuckers from the week, and then we'll put a poll on Twitter at Crafty Sports on Twitter. Go follow us, and you can vote in the poll. It'll be open as soon as I remember to put it up, likely right after the show, maybe. Once the intern starts up, Cam will be able to start putting it up right in, like, during the show. But
I was
we are
wondering if we are going to talk about that part.
Yeah, well,
got an intern. He's
yeah,
gonna be
we got
helping
an
out the show,
intern.
Cam.
Your boys are moving up. Thanks to Belly Up Sports for
Shout out.
organizing it. We have an intern that will be helping us out with the social media side of things and promotion in the show. So we're really excited. Cam seems like a cool dude. I think he starts tomorrow. So we're
I'm
do
super
stuff.
excited for him to join the team, but I'm also a little nervous. Like, does his mom know what he's doing? Like, does she know he's wasting his time and his future working with us idiots?
the dude's minoring in podcasting. So he's like,
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
That's a thing now,
I
man.
know.
Like, that's freaking awesome.
what a
He's going to
world.
teach us a lot. Let me
What
just
a,
be
I know.
honest.
That's what I said. I'm like, he was like, my professors told me a lot about like what to do and what not to do. I'm like, great. Well, we are probably doing everything.
Yes. Can we
we're-
audit
we're
your
not allowed
courses?
to
How
do.
does
Yeah.
that work?
Just
Where do we sign up?
give me your textbook, Cam. Let me read through this.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So your first nominee, and I'm gonna do the sound cue every single time. We'll go around the horn here. First nominee for Motherfucker of the Week is my boy Coach K. If you guys haven't heard of what Coach K did, so Duke this year sucks. Like, as a team, Duke is complete garbage. It's another one of those.
But they may not be worse than Kentucky.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Kentucky is, they look like crap, man. Well, Duke lost last night to Illinois. It was an 83-68 loss, and it's always a good time when Duke loses. They lost at home to Michigan State. It was the first time that Michigan State won at Cameron Indoor for like ever. I feel like that was the first time they've ever won there. So Duke is just in bad shape right now. So after the game, somebody had asked Coach K. Gabe is getting ahead of us with his motherfucker of the week nominee. We'll get to them, Gabe.
Get out of our show notes, man.
Yeah, seriously, that was the one I was like, I can't wait for this one.
Well, Coach K says after the game, maybe we should rethink this whole playing basketball during a pandemic thing. He says that they were in too big of a rush to get the season started. He's questioning being able to like run it out the way they did. He says, quote, "We're just plowing through this." He basically is saying that, listen, if you're reading between the lines, he's saying, listen, I'm not doing too well. And if you know Coach K and you know Coach K's history, he's going to either A, petition the NCAA to take this off of his record and not count it against his record, or B, say that his back hurts and have to sit out this year. Because that's what he did in 1995 when he was like, when the team was dog shit and he was like, oh, my back, it's still hurting from my surgery. I got to go sit down. So Coach K, a nominee for Motherfucker of the Week this week. What do you guys think of Coach K as a nominee?
Man, fuck that guy.
I mean,
Like,
Coach
here's the
K. Go
ahead. Jinx. All I got to say about this is, yeah, you're right. We're just grinding through it, Coach K. That's what everyone's doing with this fucking year. And I got to be honest, I'm not stoked at the kids being stuck at the university, not able to go home for Christmas and stuff. But like, honestly, everyone just needs to stay the fucking place wherever they are when the holiday, as December rolls on. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's keep our heads down. Let's get through this. Let's grind like our forefathers, etc. Whatever. Fuck it. Like, this is real, and everyone knows it's about the money.
Etc.
I did hear an etc. I heard an etc.
Hey, we're see. This is what I was thinking earlier too. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have as many beers before the show and like see if things go better. Apparently, it doesn't matter. So
I know saying etc. is Harden.
Wait, what did you just? Well played, Scott, on the Harden joke.
Boom.
But did you say etc.? Is that what you just said?
I meant.
Can nobody say etc.? Can nobody on the show say etc.?
I said etc. What the hell are you talking about?
It sounded like etc. Yes, I heard an etc. I heard that.
No, you did not.
Yes,
Drew,
I did.
Go ahead.
Let me just ask you if you can say etc. All right, like just let's get to the point here. No, look.
It's
thing
hard
is,
to talk, man.
It's so hard. Fuck Coach K. Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, no, for me, there's two parts to this because I hate when this happens. There's Coach K, the man who brought greatness back to Team USA basketball, reestablished the dominance of the Dream Team, and then there's the Coach K, the other 99% of the time that coaches Duke and is a human piece of shit. So this is like the least shocking thing that he's ever done, where he's like, you know what, my team's kind of balls here. Maybe we should rethink this whole thing. Can we hit the reset button? I didn't mean to pick these guys to play on my team. It's like when you do the fantasy draft in Madden and you get halfway through and realize, oh my God, my offensive line is dog shit. It doesn't matter who else I have to fill in. Yeah, you guys just want to restart this thing? Like, I'm not really feeling my team.
You lose in Madden?
I didn't used to, but, when you're drafting a team and you look at it, like the way the computer drafts, you never know. But then when you draft, it's like, not as good as I thought I was at this whole thing.
Sounds like my fantasy football team. Also, Biscuit dropping in here with apparently Shaq is all in on wrestling now. He got a drink thrown in his face.
Dude, that's what happens when Pat McAfee goes on AEW and balls the hell out. Did you guys see McAfee on AEW?
Oh man, I got
did
questions. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask though.
He was. Wait, hang on. What questions do you have about that sentence? What was confusing about that sentence?
Like, okay, just between us three, what is? Don't tell anyone though, because I'm embarrassed about this. What is AEW?
You don't know about
It's just
AEW?
it's just another one of the wrestling.
It's just
things.
another thing.
It's
A
okay.
wrestling
Hang
federation.
on. And I'm not even a wrestling fan. Oh, it was NXT. Sorry, Ed. I apologize. It was NXT that he was on.
Oh, so it's NXT. That's just a division from WWF.
yeah, it's WWE
Well, but-
Light is what that.
no.
one is.
I called it what I called it. I didn't make.
Well, but wait, so AEW, I know what NXT is, but AEW is a thing?
AEW is a new wrestling organization.
Wrestling.
It's the owner of the Jaguars. His son is like the owner of it. Khan's son owns it, and then Chris Jericho plays like a big.
I gotta be honest. I saw AEW and I thought A&E for women. Like I thought it was like a spin-off of A&E, but like more geared towards like that demographic because A&E has quality programming, and that's what I thought. And I was like, why is Shaq getting a drink thrown in his face on that? Like, I don't know.
Dude,
That's
all
why-
I'm
just
saying.
don't tell anyone I didn't know.
Tony
this,
Khan.
okay?
I won't
Just-
say anything. Your secret is
All right,
safe with
cool.
me, Drew. I won't say a word.
right,
Tony Khan,
Scott.
thank you, Biscuit, for jumping in with Khan's son. I still think Khan's son is the way to say that. But
Khan's
yeah,
son.
Pat McAfee was doing like moonsaults off the cage, just being a fucking psycho. It was entertaining to see.
Do you expect anything less from Pat?
Dude, if it comes out in a couple years that he had a coke problem, I would not be shocked at all. That dude is insane. Have you seen him on game day wearing all the
And
fucking
if a
masks
few
and
years
stuff?
after that it came out that he had a CTE problem, that also would not shock me.
As a punter?
Yes, even still. Hey, everybody remembers the punter that got jacked up in the Pro Bowl by one dearly departed Sean Taylor. So don't say that punters don't take hits, man.
Yeah, wasn't there the one punter who got kicked in the face? Was it the Browns
It was
punter?
Kevin Huber.
Was it Hubert? No, was it the Bengal? Oh,
I thought
Well,
it
yeah,
was the
because remember
Bengals.
it was freaking
It was against the Steelers.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was against
It
the
was,
Steelers.
it was before Antonio Brown went crazy.
Before?
Well, around the same time as
middle-
Antonio
Publicly.
Brown went crazy.
Publicly.
Yeah. Before we knew Antonio
There
Brown.
you go.
was
There you go.
crazy.
That's good. There's the clarification. Scott, why don't you go in? Go pull up that doc. Give us the motherfucker of the week number 2 nominee.
Motherfucker, you.
Oh, these motherfuckers right here. The Big Ten, adding to Matt Barr's claim that college football is all the way illegitimate. These motherfuckers today voted to change the rules. And we talked about this on the show the last few weeks, that basically between the NCAA and the Big Ten, they were just going to do whatever it took to make sure that Ohio State was front and center. And because they weren't going to do the original 6 games, they weren't going to make it because all these games started getting canceled because of COVID. They decided that they're going to change the rules today. And, well, OSU's in the title game now against Northwestern. Even though they only played 5 games this year. Womp, womp. And basically, it boils down to, well, they probably would have beat Michigan, and so, why not? Like, they're all the way just assuming things. But let's be honest, it wouldn't have mattered if Ohio State was 0-4 at this point. They'd have been like, things and stuff, and Ohio State in the championship game.
Things and stuff. Is
Yeah, like they needed no other reason. It's again, just like we talked about with the NCAA, all about money, all about eyeballs, and so they were just going to do whatever it took. And this is like extra transparent.
Well,
like,
but the reasoning was like they came out with reasoning that when they put it
which
out
this
there,
took longer. The reasoning took longer.
I
than the
feel
vote.
like that's what the meeting was like, okay, how do we sell this to people now? Like
Yes.
we're all in agreement. Ohio State is going into the Big Ten championship. Got it.
Yeah.
How the fuck do we sell it? And then they were like, we need like
the memo probably went
multiple.
out.
Yeah, there was multiple Zoom
It
calls
says-
and yeah.
It says meeting to discuss how Ohio State is in the championship game and explaining it to the rest of the country. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll be there. Accepted.
I mean,
Agenda item number 1. How do we make this seem legit? And they got their best marketing people together and they came up with something that actually sounds kind of legit. And their reasoning was if Ohio State had played Michigan and they lost, so assuming an Ohio State loss, they still would have been in the Big Ten championship representing the East. So they were like, there's no need to have a game if the outcome doesn't matter on whether or not they make it in. So that was their announced reasoning. That's the reasoning that they came up with after everybody got together and tried to figure out how to justify just putting Ohio State in after only 5 games.
See, that's bullshit though, because the ACC did the same thing with Notre Dame and Clemson, and they're like, yeah, let's just call it a wrap. Like, why risk any more exposure or travel? Like, whatever happens in these meaningless games is no big deal. Let's just play it safe and go that way. And if they had done that, I would say all right, fine, because I'm pretty sure Michigan had positive tests starting a couple weeks ago before OSU beat up on whomever this weekend, right?
This is a total case of the Big Ten thought they put enough things in place that they would make sure that Ohio State got there. Then they're like, shit. Well, we didn't account for that. We thought the 6-game minimum was enough. So we'll just say that doesn't count anymore.
They started on Halloween and thought they were going to get 6 games in
8
minimum.
They thought 8. They thought
they planned for 8, but they set the minimum.
Correct.
Of 6.
You're right. They
and
thought
that's where I'm just like, no, you're fucking idiots for starting this. They should have said plan for 8 and a minimum of 4. Because like the way stuff has been panning out, it's hard. They had too compressed a window to begin with. The Big Ten, Harden. The Big Ten is just a bunch of dumbass motherfuckers because they look like they got pie all over their face with the way they said, we're not having a season. We're not changing our opinion. Stop protesting on our doorsteps. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, wait, there's a way we can do this and still make money? Oh, okay. We just have to pretend to care about the athletes and coaches and staff and family. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's see how we can get there. And then when they realized that their half-ass planning wasn't good enough to even get Ohio State playoff consideration, where they were going to make their windfall, that's when they started scrambling.
You're right. You're 100% right. It was clearly a scramble to get Ohio State in, and
they literally should have just came out and said, okay, here's how we're going to play this season. No matter what happens, if your school name rhymes with Mohio 8, we're going to put you in the title game. Like, that is the rule this year. If your school name rhymes with that, you're in. It would have just been better off. Like, no qualifications otherwise. Like, if you show up and wear a uniform at all this year and your school name rhymes with Mohio 8, you're in.
Because see, I would feel differently too if they put in like a rider of this. Go say, okay, we'll waive the 6 games, whatever, but at some point this season, Ohio State gets to kick Michigan's face in on the football field. I'd be totally cool with that. That's what they've really robbed us of, is a chance to see that school up north embarrassed yet again, which as a Notre Dame fan, I take such joy in.
It is really nice to see Khakis just get his shit stomped in.
So there were a couple comments though.
I think Scott getting upset because we're talking about Khakis.
One out. Let's
Different
not
khakis,
be mean.
Scott.
No, I'm not
Different
gonna pour
khakis.
one out for Khakis. Are you kidding me?
Let's not be rude.
What? Are you kidding?
There's no reason to kick a man when
It's
he's
a
down.
former
That's not what we
Niners
do
coach,
on-
Drew. Are you new
That's
here?
not what we do on the show. We never
I
kick a
don't
man when he's
care.
down.
We
don't care at
We
all.
don't kick a man while he's down.
What is he known for with the Niners other than losing the most important game of his career?
Damn.
That's the second time today, Drew. You only get one more. So tread lightly, my friend. Tread lightly.
I will say there was a minute in the show chat earlier today. I was like, they know I'm kidding, right?
No, there was no. We'll talk about that in a second. Drew almost got it was almost a moment where Scott was like, "Listen, it's Drew or me." That's how close it came in our show chat. Like it,
Y'all
Scott
both
was
almost got
very
left
close,
on red.
very close to just like he put in the chat like joking, like, "Well, good luck tonight. It's been a good run." But there was a part of him that was like, "No, seriously, fuck this shit. I'm out."
Yeah. Drew crossed the line, man. He crossed the fucking line.
He did cross a line, and I'm not even that big of a fan. We'll talk about it.
Mike
We'll get into
started
that.
it, so.
Drew, why don't you check out that doc there?
Motherfucker, you.
Third nominee for Motherfucker of the Week.
God, I love that drop every time. We still going the full 4? Or are we trying to tighten up for time there, Mike? Just real
No, we
quick?
got time. You're good.
All right, cool. So number 3 Motherfucker of the Week this week is the NFL for the way it pulled Des Bryant while they quote unquote followed COVID protocol, because he got a positive test 20 minutes before the game, but had been out on the field hugging, dapping people up, like doing what players do before the game, getting their warm up in, getting their stretch in, basically seeing everyone, touching everything, breathing on all this stuff. And yet he's the only dude they pull from the field. And contact tracing was apparently not words that they understood or had in any of their dictionaries.
No. They had the same
like,
contact tracing
"This
company
is fine."
that Clemson had. They're like, oh yeah, just the one guy,
Just the
isolated
one
completely.
guy. Yeah,
You know
right?
that guy,
Like,
that guy that was just hugging everybody? No
Right.
contact tracing needed. Absolutely
oh,
none.
That's cool. And this is why I'm gonna lean a little bit towards they really weren't that much of motherfuckers, because what they probably actually said behind closed doors, Big Ten style, was, I mean, just the Cowboys. So, right? Zeke already got it, so he's immune.
Dalton already had. No, Zeke didn't have it. Dalton had it.
I thought Zeke had it over the summer.
Oh,
Wasn't
he
one
might
of
have
the
had it
ones
over the
that
summer.
yeah
He might have
it
had it
got
over the
leaked
summer.
out that he was positive and he was super shitty about it.
Very possible. You
So then
might
he
be
gained
right.
20 pounds on top of that tattoo he had.
Whew, that ironic feed me tattoo that he's got. Listen, if you want
Right.
to hear some digs at the Cowboys, go check out "Fuck You, We Like the Bengals." That's dropping tomorrow
that's right.
morning.
Yeah, that's-
Because
they
I
got
was
the
on
boys
there
this
with
week.
with Big Baby Shoobs, and I went harder on Mike McCarthy, I think, than anybody else on that roster.
Really?
Yeah, I
So
kind of
how-
feel bad.
Dude,
How much did y'all go after the Red Rocket, though?
I just told a story. I told the story about how.
Jude beat up his son.
Yes, how Jude. That was the only dig I threw at Andy Dalton. I mentioned how my son beat up his kids on the playground, and then I had to stand there and be like, "Kids, what?"
The worst part, the only bad thing about that story is that you don't end it by running over, standing behind Jude, flexing, and go, Berlon rules.
I felt so bad because like Dalton's wife was horrified. Like she was just like, "Oh my word!" And Dalton was like coming over to see what was going on, why his kids were crying. And there's my son just like playing with the steering wheel, like, "Yes, fuck you, motherfuckers! I got here now."
Also, I want to point out that the NFL is actually like, yes, their nomination comes from not, doing anything with it, but I think it should come from their whole protocol in general, because before the season started, when they, put out their list of rules, front and center was no more of that jersey swapping. But they'll just let dudes be out on the field dapping each other up and hugging and, breathing each other's faces and shit. But they're like, you can't swap those jerseys. We will crack down on that, damn it. But the rest of the stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you don't pull anybody else from that game. Like, first of all, it's crazy because he shouldn't have been out there anyways. He had an inconclusive test earlier in the day, right? And that's why they had to test him again. So he has this inconclusive test. If you've got an inconclusive test, you shouldn't be out there. It should be like, look, we have to hold you back just because it could be positive.
Else too,
right? But they're like, no, it's cool. Just go ahead. It's probably going to be negative. You should be all right. And then it comes out that he's positive, and he's like, well, fuck, okay. And I got to be honest, I love how Des Bryant handled everything, because he was like, he was in his feelings last night on Twitter. Like, that dude was tweeting out, I'm just going to drink some wine and drown my sorrows.
I love that.
he said he was quitting. He's done for the rest of the year.
Well, what makes it even more ridiculous is they just got done pushing back the Ravens Steelers game forever because of
69 years.
because of all the COVID issues. And here, another Raven, test positive, and they're just like, it's cool.
That game was being played on Wednesday because of it. We were having Wednesday night football because of the COVID
Wednesday
issue.
afternoon, thanks to the tree lighting, my
Yeah,
friend.
which again, that
No,
totally
this was
slipped
last
through the cracks.
night. This happened
Oh, no, it's Tuesday
yesterday.
night football. Yeah,
Tuesday night,
shit,
excuse
that
me,
game
Tuesday
also
night.
happened
Yeah,
last night?
it was
Oh,
last night. It was
Jesus.
Tuesday night. I'm sorry. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Time
tonight's
doesn't exist.
Wednesday night, you dummy.
Time doesn't exist. Tuesday night football. So they had to push it back to Tuesday night already because they had to push the Ravens Steelers. And the NFL is just like, fuck it. We ain't dealing with that all again. We already got bumped for a tree lighting once. We're not getting bumped for fucking Frosty the Snowman, okay? We're keeping this game. It's playing right now. I don't give a shit who else gets COVID. We're done. Play it. And everybody's like, okay, I guess so. Unreal shit, man. There's your third nominee for Motherfucker of the Week. I'll wrap us up here with the fourth nominee.
people, motherfucker, you.
Fourth nominee is, if I'm not mistaken, he's actually a Motherfucker of the Week Hall of Famer. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in the Motherfucker of the Week Hall of Fame. Vontez Burfict, former Raider. He also played for another team that I can't quite remember, but he was a Raider, I know for sure. He was arrested this week for assaulting a security guard at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas. He was looking for a place called Secret Pizza, which is a restaurant that is intentionally hard to find, and he couldn't find it, and he was upset because he felt like the security guards were following him, and that upset him, and he decided to fight one of them. So he got arrested for assaulting a security guard. Vontez Burfict just doing Vontez Burfict things. The guy can never stay out of trouble. He is. This is what Vontez Burfict has always been. So not much to the story. That's why I figured that we were still good to throw that one in. I just had to mention that this former Oakland Raider, Vontez Burfict, 100% is a nominee for Motherfucker of the Week.
That dirty Arizona Sun Devil, Vontez Burfict.
I mean, what do they teach him out there in Las Vegas? Like, Gruden is such a jerk for
He doesn't have
grooming-
control over his program. That's
Zero
what it is.
control. That's exactly right, Scott. This guy, I mean, he's learned it from somewhere, and it's definitely in Las Vegas.
Look,
It's
there's a
definitely
part-
the Raiders.
Like, if you think about it, though, the guy was in Vegas searching for an all-night pizza joint. I've been there, and when you need that pie after a couple of dad pops, you'll fight anyone for it.
I
mean,
forgot
Jesus,
Dad Pops was a
it could
thing.
be- It could be Chuck Norris if that's what it takes to get that. What is it? The hidden pizza, the magic special pizza, what's it
Secret
called?
pizza.
The secret pizza. Shit, I
You
would fight someone
described
over.
like you used every word to describe secret, but the word.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
It's a
Thesaurus
talent I
true
have.
over
I don't know
here.
if you know that. Yeah.
Magical, mystical, hard to find. I don't know what's the
Unknown.
word I'm searching for.
You can't. You gotta look for it, but no one. Some people know about it, but they don't talk about it openly.
It's something.
Like,
Well, what do they call it? The pizza place you shouldn't tell people about. That's it, right?
God, there's that Bruce Springsteen song from that '90s chick flick.
Did you just
something
reference
Garden.
Secret Garden? Are you fucking kidding me? You went
This-
you went with the Secret
Yeah,
Garden
I did.
reference?
That was the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, so what is secret in? What reference can I make? And
You
that's
didn't
what
even
popped
go
up.
secret deodorant or
I was
like,
just gonna say, I was
what?
like, you definitely should have went with the deodorant. But
Yeah,
no.
I
life
feel
hack.
like
Buy the extra strength men's deodorant and use it for the whole household, because all the secret bullshit is the same fucking shit but more expensive because pink tax. I feel you, girls. I got you out here. I'm fighting that fight with y'all.
Good work, Drew. What is the reference for secret you could have gone with before you went to the 1990s Bruce Springsteen song Secret
Now, to be fair,
Garden?
Jerry Maguire is a great fucking film.
You also called Jerry Maguire
My
a
top
chick
five.
flick. I'm confused by that
Well,
statement.
because with the Secret Garden juxtaposition, they position it as a chick flick, which when I watch it, that's not what I focus on. Renee Zellweger, she's cute and all, but the kid is actually more entertaining than she is.
I stopped at Kelly Preston. I didn't see anything afterwards. What happened after Kelly Preston? Look for us. There's Mookie. Who? A dirt?
Yeah, that's me playing my role.
Oh,
by the way, Xavier up 69-53 with
Nice.
12 minutes left in the second.
Nice. Matt Barr, thank you. Victoria's Secret. That's a good one to go with. You could have gone with Victoria's Secret. Secret deodorant. Yes, Matt Barr, we mentioned that one. You could have gone Secret Life of Pets. That's I feel more relevant. And
You know what?
Oh,
He
no,
could have went
those are
with
no-
the current season. Would have went with the Secret Santa, but no.
Secret
this
Santa.
motherfucker-
Yes, that was.
In fact, you know what? Mookie just nominated himself within the segment for Motherfucker of the Week by digging deep on a reference he didn't need to.
Dude, that's the bad part, though, Scott. I didn't dig deep. It just, like, popped in there. It's like, what reference can I make with secret in the title? Secret Garden.
Son of
Yes. Who sung that? I spent more time thinking about Bruce Springsteen than the fucking name of the song.
Son of a bitch went Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man on us. It's the first thing that popped into my head.
Matt Barr
we
was
just, we
Secret
just watched
Service.
Ghostbusters last
Thank you,
weekend.
Dude, it was on Sundance on Sunday. I watched it from
Yeah.
start to finish.
So quality, man.
Even though I own it on Blu-ray.
Also, wow. Matt Bar, not doing Secret Santa this year. We're doing Elfster shit. It's this online situation, but it's so much easier than Secret Santa. I don't have to fucking wrap anything. I don't have to talk to people.
You just order Amazon stuff and it shows up at the door. Sounds good to me.
And you've fulfilled your social obligation.
You could have gone secret menu from In-N-Out Burger. They've got their secret menu. That's
or every like restaurant ever has.
Well, no. But real question: have you boys had In-N-Out? I don't know if we talked about this before.
I have.
Yeah, it's superior to Whataburger in every way. But
damn, coming in hot.
I haven't had Whataburger, but based on what I had for In-N-Out, it's a tall order for Whataburger to take it over because
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
And so cheap. How is it that cheap in California? Nothing is that cheap in LA.
That's what makes. I think that's part of what makes it good is because you're like, wow, this must be the cheapest thing that I can enjoy this much in California.
Shit, we're supposed to stick to sports. I'm so sorry about this. This show got away from us a little bit here. Let's
okay.
Hey,
do you guys want in on the secret? We don't always stick to sports. That's the secret.
Oh, God, you're going to drive viewership away. Come on, man.
Oh, damn. Biscuit coming in hard with fucking in out. Gabe calling out Shake Shack, which I've never had, but I really would like to.
Okay, Matt Barr. Matt Barr with the take that I've heard several people say, and I don't necessarily, I can't get behind it. He says Five Guys way better than In-N-Out.
It's not.
I mean, okay, here's what I like about
Five Guys.
I like
Five Guys. Always leaves me feeling like with regret.
Well,
really?
Like always, yeah. Five Guys, like it's so good, but the next day my stomach is just F.
Well, that's because you eat all of the fries in the bag. You're not supposed to.
Yes, that is a problem.
You absolutely, you're supposed to eat every single one of those.
And I get them
fried
seasoned
fries.
too. Like,
you gotta get them seasoned.
Jesus.
I don't
drown them with some ketchup.
I've never done seasoned fries at Five
love
Guys.
Five
Wait a
Guys.
second,
I
hang
love
on.
it.
You've
never done the seasoned fries?
No, not at Five Guys.
You've never done that? Jesus Christ! I gotta get a co-host.
Hey, where's that drop you white as mayonnaise? Can we get that one next?
Sure, we can.
Hold on a second.
One.
I know the guy who referenced Secret Garden isn't saying somebody's white as mayonnaise.
That's not me being white. That's me being sensitive.
White. Okay.
All right, Matt Barr. Matt Barr saying that since we haven't lived in California, then our
I know
opinion
this dude
is
doesn't want to
shit.
fight. That is my second home.
Why does it matter if we live in California?
I mean, I've had both. I've eaten both.
In fact, I've spent more time in California. That's the second most state, like of any state. It's Ohio and California, just because I have family there. Like I've spent way more time in California than any other state outside of Ohio. So fuck you, Matt Barr.
Also, Biscuit dropping that Fat Burger is superior to In-N-Out. Now that's a chain I haven't tried, and I've always wanted to, thanks to the Beastie Boys, because they said they fly at Fat Burger when they're way out west, and I've always wanted to, like since I was a kid, I wanted to eat at Fat Burger because the Beastie Boys referenced it in the song, and I've never had it. So that's
Fat Burger.
You have?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's not better than
good?
In-N-Out.
Not better than In-N-Out?
It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a fat fucking burger. But like,
it's a fat burger.
Well, because they do the smash patties and you just stack them up. So like a normal burger is a double kind of situation. But they also go heavy with the fresh toppings like the lettuce, tomato, onion. So they load it up too, which is all fine and good. But man, you still can't beat that animal style.
Okay, hang on though. Matt Barr is now saying because you've had In-N-Out once, so you tried it because you had to. It's not even close to the best burger in California. First of all, I've had it multiple times because I used to have to go out to Vegas every single year for a conference, and I would get In-N-Out every time I was in Vegas. So I have had it more than once. It wasn't like I just had to do it because I was in California. I've had it in California as well. But here's where I'm gonna get with I'm getting away from what Matt Barr is saying, because he's saying it's not the best burger in California. I'm not saying the In-N-Out burger is the best burger. I'm saying best chain burger. There's a big difference. Like in Cincinnati, Five Guys is nowhere near as good as Zips. Zips is the burger to have if you're in Cincinnati. But I'm not going to say, oh, Zips is the best burger. Like you got to talk chain. If you're talking, you got to compare apples to apples. I don't even know if I'd
say Zips is best in Cincinnati. I'll throw that out there.
Okay, that's a hot take, my friend.
Yeah, it's a hot take. I don't want to get too local, but I'll throw out my my favorite nations down in what you call it, right across from the casino, whatever the neighborhood's called. It's slipping my mind right now.
All right, I'll give you
Over
one.
the Rhine?
No, Pendleton.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one here. Quatman's. That's a damn
Ooh,
good burger.
yeah.
Quatman's
I
is
don't know what Quatman's is. I've never had Quatman's.
It's good. It's a good burger. Little hole in the wall place up here in Norwood. Hell yeah, baby.
Oh, I'm all about the hole in the
Oh,
wall.
I know about Quatman's. We could go Gaslight Cafe too. That's another
Oh,
solid
that's a
one.
good call. Gaslight Cafe is a fantastic burger.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, stick to sports. God damn it, this is ridiculous. But since we are talking about
Hey,
food,
real quick though, something from the chat. Restream.io told us we've received 100 messages today with the Restream chat.
shout out to all of you guys for chiming in and commenting on the show. We appreciate it. So let's do this.
Wait,
So
is this where you beer bong, Mike?
I was going to, but I don't have a beer to beer bong. But I do
What about
have
that
the
Miller Lite?
bong. It's gone.
Oh.
I was drinking it before the show. But
Got
this
it.
is a new sponsor on the show. This is a Kong beer bong.
Teller's was good,
Here's Teller's is a good one.
And Sammy's and Blue. Yeah. mhm.
So here's what we're doing with this Kong beer bong. You may have seen it on Twitter and on Instagram. I posted about this. So this is a Kong beer bong. It's a koozie, keeps your beer nice and cool, and then at the same time you get a little hose that you can connect to the bottom of it, and it turns itself into a goddamn beer bong. What a genius invention this is! I was so excited that Belly Up hooked us up with Kong beer bongs. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give one away. I went out, I bought a couple of them for us on the show, and I got an extra one that we're gonna give away. So we are
Went out, bitch. You said on your computer on a website.
Yeah, that's going out. That's going out of my way to do it. I had to go to a website. I had to put in my credit card information. Like there was actually it was our
That's a lot
PayPal
of work,
information.
yeah.
It was a lot of
And
information.
now that you've said that, I need every time that we do the sponsorship for Kong, we need to get the Denzel Washington line from Training Day where he says, "I am King Kong" in this motherfucker.
Yes.
Yes. Like when he's like, "I'm the man up in this piece."
I thought
I'm
you
so
were
excited
I
for
thought you
these.
just wanted this to be the sound. Because that's my favorite part of this Kong beer bong is
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Anyways,
The tube.
the tube
Mike,
expands.
The hose.
The hose.
If you record that properly, we could get some of that ASMR shit the kids are into these days. Maybe we catch some sponsorships or some new viewers with that type
Well,
of
listen,
content.
here's what we're going to do. We're going to give one of these away. We are very, very close to 1,000 followers on Twitter, like extremely close, less than 200 and some to go. Like we're very close to 1,000 followers. Go follow us on Twitter. That's all you got to do. As soon as we hit 1,000 followers, we're going to give one away to one of our followers on Twitter. So if you want to be entered into it, go follow us. We will randomly select a follower that gets it. If you don't want to wait that long, all you have to do is go to craftbrewedsports.com/bong. And you can get your own
Slash
Kong.
bong.
It's not bong. What did I set it up as? Damn it, guys! It might be beer bong. Hang on. Let me.
I thought you said bong because I remember thinking we could get the wrong
It's
kind
beer
of
bong.
people there, but that's also great.
Nah,
because
it's beer
we just
bong.
want people.
craftbrewedsports.com/beerbong. So go hit that up if you want to order yours. It'll make it a fantastic stocking stuffer or a stuffing stucker. It would make a good one of
Wow.
those too.
At least you waited till like an hour in to make your drunk stumble. Like no big deal. Also, you could probably use it as a bong if that's what you're really into, because you know what, we're accepting of all kinds here.
Look, man, you can do whatever you want with this. bad
Whatever
boy.
it takes to get you through this motherfucking year.
Um,
We're in the home stretch, y'all. 2021 is right around the corner.
So what you're saying is it doubles as a fleshlight. And duly noted. Get your stocking stuffers ready from Kong Bongs, baby.
Remember what I said about Cam's mom knowing what he's doing with his time as an internship?
yeah. I think
Listen,
Cam's gonna be
yeah.
reaching out to Belly Up and be like,
Like,
"Listen,
I need a
I
new
watched,
assignment, y'all.
I watched
I
the
heard
show,
the
last
show
night.
this
Can
week.
you-
I'm reconsidering everything about my life.
Can you
And-
switch me with one of the other interns? I don't necessarily want to do this.
And we'd all support that, I'm pretty sure,
Uh,
because we know who we are.
Tyson, way to go, man. Tyson got his Die Hard Christmas shirt yesterday. Says it's a perfect fit. His only complaint is that the text should be much, much larger. It is larger if you select the correct shirt, Tyson. Tyson selected the Is Die Hard a Christmas Movie? Yes shirt, which is very small. The no shirt is gigantic. It's the entire chest, a little bit on the back. It covers everything.
We should have made those harder to find than PlayStation 5s.
Oh, speaking of PlayStation 5s, Xavier's up 76-62 with 8 minutes left in the second
That was
half.
the worst transition ever. Thanks.
That was
You're
a
welcome.
terrible transition.
I'm just trying to protect your
craftfoodsports.com/beer
feelings,
bong.
Go buy some beer bongs, y'all. Also, JB points out this is the first time Mike's ever had hose.
There's crickets playing. If you
Yeah, I was gonna say dead
listen
air is
closely.
great for radio.
That's how I felt about that.
Stick to sports, guys. Just stick to sports with
Jesus
this.
Christ.
bullshit.
Sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
That joke went hard. Go ahead.
Hey,
Scott, before we stick to sports, do you want to give us a PS5 update? You're fighting for 5 right now. We're 5-minute major. That's what we should call this segment. The 5-minute major.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
Yes.
hell yes.
5-minute. You know what? And we should tie it to.
It'll just go
hockey.
next week. We'll just go right into it afterwards. So give us the update, Scott. Where you at?
I am still fucked. I've learned more about store inventory, captchas, staying up all hours of the night, code for bots, like more than I ever dreamed possible in the last 2 weeks on this in-depth search of mine, and come up bupkis. It's pretty amazing.
Bupkis.
I sat outside for 45 minutes. It was closer to an hour in the cold to be told, oh yeah, by the way, about 20 minutes before you showed up, we handed out tickets, so go fuck yourself. I've had things in my cart and had my card not processed. I've had things in my cart only to have them say, yeah, too bad, you suck. It's pretty awesome out here. What can I say?
That's a very dick move to have a message pop up on the website that says "Too bad you suck." Like, I feel like they need to get a better user experience there than that.
Hey, look, I'll tell you what.
You would think.
I make sure we don't push that kind of code to production because that's just rude.
Yeah, that's QA only right there is what that
exactly.
is.
That's QA only. You call that shit out loud and proud, but you don't want to see have your users suffering. They're already suffering enough. Scott, what I'm curious about, if you know, is this you basically fighting against like the bots that buy all the shit to relist on eBay, or is it just that there's this much demand from normal people like you trying to get this?
It is a combination of the two, and the problem I'm seeing now is there's the supply is starting to slow down, so the drops are getting less, and you're seeing re-entry by the regular fuckers. Like, you think, oh, like me, I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna bow out. Like, I have no desire to keep this thing going, but I don't know how many times I've now seen people in chats. I'm out here watching Twitch streams and whatnot. It's gotten real deep, but people who are like, yeah, I already got one, but my best friend or, my whatever still wants one. And so I'm on the hunt for him, or, I've got 3 and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, that's awesome, dude. And 99% of us are struggling to still get one. So go fuck yourself. Like, even the non-scalpers, I'm just like, you should get one right now. One. You know when you can get multiple PlayStations? When they're readily available to everybody, then you can get more than
then
one.
you can,
But
then you're welcome.
Not be able to buy more than one in the climate that we currently live in.
Well, Scott, I'm sorry that you're still struggling to find your PS5. Hopefully by next week we have better news on that front. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor real quick, because we are coming up on the time here. So let's give a shout out to More Labs. Listen, everybody, it's the holiday time, and you're going to be drinking like way more than usual. It's a holiday time in a pandemic, so that's just a recipe for boozing it up. And the only way you're going to be able to wake up and hit that 8 a.m. Zoom meeting is by going to More Labs and getting yourself some morning recovery. So hit up morelabs.com, use the code SPORTS, and get 20% off your order. That's for anything they got. They got stuff that's going to help you fall asleep. They got stuff that's going to help you keep focus, and stuff that will help you get over your hangover. I used some last night after drinking way too much bourbon, and I woke up this morning feeling fantastic. Also, I'm going to need some again tonight. Like, basically, I'm just rolling through More Labs, and my wife is worried that I have a problem, which I may or may not at this point.
Yeah, you had 2 kids.
That's exactly what the problem is. If you want to hide your problems too, go to morelabs.com, use the code SPORTS, get 20% off your entire order. All right, fellas, let's do our beers from this week. Scott, what were you drinking, and rate it on whatever scale you want?
I was drinking Das What's Up, which is straight out of the Bronx, New York, New England style IPA.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it's a 7.5 ABV, 3.78 caps on Untapped, and I gotta say this one started off pretty solid, pretty strong, and it ended up right where it started. I don't have any complaints. It never changed. I still didn't look at the description as far as what it's brewed with, but it tastes heavily of grapefruit. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. So it definitely is what's up.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad. Thank you for the rating on the no scale. There was no scale. Drew.
Yeah, there's no scale, so I gave you no answers.
Drew, yeah, fair enough.
It's a solid nothing.
Yes, I appreciate that. Drew, what were you drinking tonight?
Tonight I was drinking Impressive Dexterity from Divine Barrel Brewing. This is a solid beer. It was delicious. It went down smooth. It was very hoppy, but it didn't taste hoppy. Like, it wasn't bitter. Like, you didn't really notice the hops as much as you noticed the flavor. Solid brew. Honestly, I can't wait to get my hands on the other can of this wherever I have it in the house. I would highly recommend it. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a square root of 23.
Oh man, wow, that's a hell of a rating right there, man.
Strong take right there.
Wow. I was drinking strawberry lemon bar sour from Loveland Aleworks, and this one is an 8+% ABV brew. It is sours aren't supposed to be this heavy alcohol. This one is it packs a punch, man, and it tastes delicious. Like, at first I was kind of hesitant on this one, but it grew on me real quick. I don't taste too much of the strawberry. The lemon flavor kind of overpowers it. I don't really get the vanilla, but I think that lactose helps this one quite a bit on the, it cuts into that sour flavor. So I would rate this one extremely high. Like, I would rate this one edible, an edible from your friend that he like offers it to you, and you don't realize just how strong it is until you eat half of it, and then you're dead to the world. That's how I would rate this one. So this has been Last Call, brought to you by More Labs. Again, morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS to get 20% off your entire order. All right, Scott, Drew, let's stick to sports real quick before we get out of here, because there was some crazy sports news this week. Scott.
Wait, are we doing picks?
Oh, shit. We never did our picks.
You've clearly not been paying attention to the chat since we had the mic situation, which is fine. But, yeah, we didn't do our picks.
Wow, we never did our picks, and we've got a lot of picks to do. Okay, we're going to do this real quick, fellas. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Man, what am I doing? Here's your standings as of right now. I was the only one to win last week. I went 9-4-1. No wonder why Drew was like, do we have time for this? I'm like, fuck yeah, we got time for it. I didn't even think about picks. Good Lord.
Hey, I was looking at the show sheet.
No,
man.
You did the right thing. I won last week. I picked the over in the Notre Dame-Syracuse game, over 51.5. I won. Scott and Drew both taken L's. Scott took the under in the Bama-LSU game at 67.5. Forgetting to take into account Nick Saban and a revenge tour. And then Drew took the over in Clemson, Virginia Tech. And my favorite was Drew saying, I really want to take the under, so I'm going to take the over. And then he took the over and lost at 67.
Real quick, I want to call this out now because I can't not, because clearly Cam is tuned in and listening. And he goes, thanks for the shout out, guys. And I don't think my mom will second guess it. I am 20. I can make my own decisions. You guys are hilarious. Laughing, crying, emoji face.
Cam, hell yeah, Cam.
Welcome to the fucking family, man.
Oh,
man. Excited.
That's
so
fantastic.
Excited.
Good work, man. All right, great. I can't wait for tomorrow. This is going to be fun. All right, fellas, here we go. We're going to go real quick on these. All right, everybody's going to get 3. So, Scott, I'm going to go to you first. I want you to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 9.
6.
Bitch, that's mine.
9. Giggity. And 1.
You're forgiven.
And which one?
I was going somewhere. 6, 9, and 1.
All right. You are going to be very, very upset with the games you just picked.
Yeah, no, it didn't matter what I picked because I knew that the words "you're going to be pissed" or you laughing really hard was going to come. So just go ahead.
All right. Here's how we're doing this. We're going prop bets this week. First team to score You don't have to worry about who wins. You don't have to worry about the spread. You don't have to worry about the over-under. Who is going to score first? So, Scott, your first game, Dallas at Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
That one might be a 0-0 tie.
I'm going Dallas.
Dallas on your pick on that one. You think the Red Rider comes in and gets the first score?
Yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove.
He
so
sure
that's the
does.
only reason I'm going with Dallas.
He sure does. Number 9 was your boys, Washington at San Francisco at Arizona, I guess. So very strange.
In Arizona.
Very a
Wait.
strange set of circumstances going on in this one. But you have the Washington football team playing against San Francisco. San Francisco's home game in Arizona. Who scores first in that one?
49ers kick a field goal.
Okay, so you got the Niners taking the first points in that one. I just need to notate that that's your pick. And then
Mike, I got it. I'm taking notes in the thing.
Okay, cool. And then number 1 was Arizona State at Arizona, the rare Friday night Pac-12 showdown. You got Herm Edwards and whoever is coaching Arizona now. So who scores first in that one?
Is it still Lute Olson?
Is it?
The last and honestly, the honest to God last Arizona football coach that I know of is Rich Rod. It's
Yeah,
just-
that's the last
Dick
one I
Rod.
know of
It's
as
Dick
well.
Rod.
Also, I don't know if Arizona State has played since the first week of the season. I feel like they've been shut down like this entire year. So who you got in this one, Scott? Who scores first?
I'm gonna go out with my chin and go with the fighting Vontez Burficts of Arizona State.
Nice.
Gabe saying Kevin Sumlin. Kevin Sumlin coaches Arizona? No way.
Holy
That can't be
shit.
right.
No, I remember that because he's got that. They got that kid at quarterback, or at least they used to have him. That was like a Heisman candidate for putting up like Christian McCaffrey yards.
Oh, so they got that's black on black crime. You know
That's
what? I'm going
wild.
with someone. Switch it. Switch it.
Switch it.
I'm
We're
going with
switching.
Sumlin.
going
Okay.
Zona?
All right. He's switching to Zona. Fair enough.
Remember
Wait a
that when
minute,
Herm
wait a minute,
scores
no.
first.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say Herm and someone.
That's why I said black on black
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah.
So you
man.
switched your pick because of it?
No, I'm going with. I really don't like the whole haven't played in 2 months thing.
I have no idea if that's true. I just feel like
That's
they had
fine.
a long
It
layoff.
sounds true.
It
and
does
let's be
sound true.
honest, I'm gonna. No matter who I pick, it's not gonna end up.
That's a good
correct.
point.
So
This is
what's
your
the matter?
chance, though, Scott. You could win 3 games. I could lose 3, and you could be right back in this, man.
Here's how this is gonna go. I'm going to lose immediately in the Arizona State game, and then win the other 2. So
I think, yeah, okay. That's fair enough point. Drew, you have to pick 2, 3, 4, 5,
I got
7,
it.
or 8.
Don't even worry. I know what I want. I want 2, 4, and 8.
2, 4, and 8. All right, let me notate here what you got. You got 2, you got 4, and you got 8. So let's start with number 2. You've got an ACC showdown, North Carolina at Miami. Who scores first?
North Carolina.
That's a good pick. I would go with the same one.
Yeah.
Number 4 is some action. You got Miami of Ohio at Bowling Green. Who scores first?
Well, no, actually, that's really easy because if there's one thing I know about Bowling Green, it's everyone's getting in the end zone, or hitting the home run, if you will. So let's go BGSU.
Wait, okay. All right, fair enough. You're going to go Bowling Green. I was very confused at your description
girls-
there. All right, your last one, NFL game, Indianapolis at Las Vegas. Another Vontez Burfict reference here. So who you got in that one? Who scores first?
I need Phillip Rivers to have a huge day in the one fantasy league where he snuck into the playoffs at 5-8. Very respectable. So Indy is going to put up all the points.
All right.
Shit. I'll give you a Mookie teaser, but on this one, take the over, take Indy giving the points.
Damn. All right. Tease it up, Mook. I love it. Okay, so that leaves me with USC at UCLA. UCLA just signed a deal with Jordan. I don't know if you saw that, Scott. I think they're going to be your new team out west. But I'm going to take USC to score first in this one. They're fighting for a chance in the Pac-12 championship, so I think they're going to come out hot. So I'm going to, as much as it pains the Notre Dame fan to do it, I think USC scores first there. I also have Georgia at Missouri. I'm going to take UGA to score first in that one. And then that leaves me with Denver at Carolina. Ugh.
Is Denver starting a wide receiver off the practice squad this week, or
I think they've got quarterbacks
Did
back.
you see that they put his shit in the Hall of Fame?
They should. Like that dude, that was a Hall of Fame performance, bro.
I guess.
I'm gonna take Carolina.
Xavier up 92-72 with just over 2 minutes left.
Xavier was a 1.5 point dog going into this game. Just pointing that out. 1.5 point dog at home, and they're winning by 20. This is the Xavier that we should have seen. All of those bullshit games against Eastern Kentucky, against UC.
Travis.
This is the Xavier team we need to see. A 20-point stomping of Oklahoma. That's the fucking team right there. They are going to murder it.
But put your fucking masks on, because the last thing we can afford is an outbreak that just screws this program.
Yes. All right, so recapping our picks real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Scott has Arizona scoring first against Arizona State. Drew has North Carolina scoring first against Miami. I have USC scoring first against UCLA. Moving into the next set of games, Drew has Bowling Green scoring first against Miami. I have Georgia scoring first against Missouri, and Scott has Dallas scoring first against Cincinnati. Go check out Fuck You, We Like the Bengals, and hear me roast Dallas
What up,
about that
Shoobs?
one. And then the last set, I have Carolina scoring first against Denver. Drew has the Colts scoring first against Vegas, and Scott taking his Niners to score first against the football team.
And over under 2.5 times, Scott and me ask Mike who we picked this week.
You guys won't know. I could make it up. I could just do whatever I want.
I will totally remember the Niners and the Cowboys, because I picked the Cowboys to do something, and I picked my own team.
Yeah,
I will 100% forget the Arizona thing.
I was gonna say, but Scott, we got to know 3 games.
Don't worry. I'm gonna
Between the
keep.
two of us, we need to remember 6
Don't worry.
things.
I will be texting you and letting you guys know how much you've lost over the weekend.
Should I try to put money on this in Bovada? Are we
Sure, we
trying
could
that
we
for
could
this?
talk about that after the show. We'll go off air and if you want to put money on it. This has been a damn fun show. Thank you all for participating. We appreciate all of the shares, all of the comments. It is awesome to see. We're growing, baby. We got things in the works. Things are coming. Shout out to Cam for joining the team here, our intern. You'll be hearing from Cam here soon, too. We're going to try to get him on the show on a Wednesday night that he's free. So be sure to follow us at Craft Bee Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're not doing too much there just yet, but we will be. And subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Also, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Network. Tons of great content at Belly Up Sports. Go hit them up, bellyupsports.com. Articles. I mean, there's so many new writers that have been brought on board. Awesome shows on the podcast network. They're doing amazing things. Bellyupsports.com. Hit them up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Help.